Hello, this is going to be a quick coda to the last video. Is that pretentious calling it? Whatever, this is the third time I've tried to do an intro, I'm not trying again. Yeah, so, ASRock motherboard over there, it's awful. This board in particular, I think this sample has some weird issues, which I'm going to be fighting with, and that is why down there is a destroy motherboard with hammer donation goal, which I'm really hoping gets hit, but probably won't. But if it is hit, then, and if the motherboard is therefore hit, then there will be a timestamp somewhere to let you skip to that if that's what you're here for, because the rest of this is going to be overclocking, not destroying motherboards with hammers, and those are very different interest groups. With that said, I need to go live, and because I said like in 10 minutes, and I said that 12 minutes ago, but it wouldn't be one of my streams if it wasn't a bit late. So let's do that. Right, and well, I need to double check that it's coming through correctly. Yeah, it is. And now I need to send out Discord pings, which I had prepared down here. Send now. And I'll do the HWBOT server as well. Okay, those are pings sent out. And now this is very short notice that I've set this up on. So I'm going to give it a minute for people to show up before I start, and in that time I am going to drink a tiny can of Coca-Cola. Other soft drinks are available. Hello, I've got... Why have those two messages shown up on my Twitch but not on Streamlabs? That's not good. Hey Matt, I now have 3 messages that have shown up on Twitch and not Streamlabs, which is slightly concerning. While Streamlabs tries to refresh the chat, I will actually take that drink. And it looks like chat is just completely broken on Streamlabs at this point, so it's a good thing I've got the Twitch dashboard, basically. I think I hate this board more than you do, says Matt. Yeah. Oh, right, yeah, I said I was going to like try and sort out getting chat on the stream. I guess not this time. Oh well. We're rolling with it as it is. Nearly there. And once I finish this, I fire the system up. I had like 2 false starts at introducing the stream for YouTube, which will go up on the Discord, I guess. Bonus content would be a strong word, but yeah, it might be funny at least. And that's finished. Other brands of tiny soft drink are available. Right, well, let's get going, I suppose. Hopefully, yeah, my levels were alright. I actually didn't do a sound check, but I don't think I've changed anything. If the levels are less than, like, as good as you would expect, please yell at me. Do not leave it until I'm watching the VOD to tell me. With that said, let's get going. Hopefully this is going to be a fairly quick one. Levels are fine. Thank you. Good to know. Right. So yeah, I have zip tied a water cooler to the board, as you can see, you know, down there on the stream. Matt says, so should I tell you about my tweak? You have a tweak? I mean, it would be nice to know, because I'm not going to be revisiting this for like a 3rd time. Well, I guess this is the first revisit. I'm not going to be revisiting it for a second time. I'm not going to be overclocking it for a third time. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Let's get going. Very much just applying the same settings from last stream. It was 5.1, wasn't it? Since we're cooler, maybe it will take higher Northbridge frequency, hopefully. You don't have a tweak, but you know of a tweak and you don't want to... Okay, well, that is what it is then. If you don't want to share because you want to win the competition, that's fair enough. It'd be quite difficult for me to have a tweak that I wasn't sharing, given that it's on stream, but also I'm not really benching that seriously for the competition, so, you know. Why is that stuck on 0D? What is it doing? And now it's stuck on 0, 0. Well, God forbid the board cooperate, right? Oh, that thing, that helps? I don't think I have it downloaded. Yeah, try again. Yeah, yeah, fair enough. I think messing around with that would, you wouldn't have bothered if it didn't. Yeah, that makes sense. This is behaving much as it did. Yeah. Oh, hang on.
Oh, and we got a blue screen.
Okay, so the new cooling doesn't mean that CPU Northbridge is suddenly going to go a hell of a lot higher. That's fine. I only wanted to get mem higher. So I'm going to try and enter faster mem settings, and then this motherfucker over here is probably going to 0.5 on me and not restart. But we'll see. There's probably a case for reducing the HT speed. One thing at a time though. Okay, I think it's fair to say those are memory settings that don't suck as much. And I forgot to do memory voltage again. Yeah. I am not that awake, but like, I want to get this done. There it is. 1.9. Right, go. And it's booting. It's not 0.5'd on me, so this should at least get me into OS. Now, if the memory settings still don't work, despite having the CPU, I mean, hopefully cooler, then I don't know what I do next. Matt says, if it makes you feel better, I'm about to go GTX 260 volt modded on chiller. Not sure who will have a harder time, you or me. We'll see. I've not really done cold, what is that called, Tesla, that architecture, or is it, I forget. In any case, I've not really done it cold. So I have no idea what it's likely to be like. We're in Windows and Windows is behaving. That's a good sign. So all we need is for this to not crash, and then the objective of the stream is basically complete at that point. Like, I can do some more stuff after that, I probably will, but because it would be kind of a shame to like only be going for 10 minutes or, you know, only be going for 15 minutes or whatever. So I'll try and do more, but I'm very much hoping that this just finishes and then that's that and I'm done. Oh! Chat is back! Streamlabs has chat back! Hooray! Oh, what? Oh, for the love of... Oh, my God. Thanks for that, AMD. That's just... Oh my goodness gracious me. 23464. Is that even better? It is 40 points better. Okay, well, whatever. $40 points is 40 points. Yeah, this stream is so rushed, I'm not even wearing my pyjamas today. That's how rushed this is. I want to get this done, because then I can take the board off my test bench and not touch it ever again. Ideally. I still don't understand why the CPU... I mean, I guess I could just have a really terrible sample for CPU Northbridge. But I don't understand why it's that bad. Oh, I need to update my PB. 464. Good. And I need to update my hard power cycle count. Ah, I didn't do that soon enough. Oh, for goodness sake. Right, I need to wait until the light's gone out. And this power supply has a really long hold-up time, so that takes a while. How is everyone today? It's a Sunday evening. It's been a while since I've done a Sunday evening stream. I think what I'm going to try next is... So rebooting, you get the auto subs for 1600. If I don't reboot, if I set all of the memory up without rebooting, I get the auto subs for like 800, which are going to be ridiculously tight. Might work. So I'm going to do that now. You are running PSC, right? Yes. 2400 71010? Matt, what kind of PSC do you have where you're running TRP 10 at 2400? And are you sure it's not made by Samsung? I didn't say I had a kit that could do that. I assumed yours could. I mean, maybe, but like, you would be expecting maybe. I think TRCD10 is too tight. I think a really good kit would be able to do maybe 711 724, something like that. 2400 710 1024. Oh, that's not happy. That is not happy. Alright. And you meant 710 Yeah, okay, that makes more sense. That's a little bit on the tight side, I think. Really good sticks, maybe. I have not binned my PSC. Like, I've done a bit of binning, but not proper binning. And I don't really trust this motherboard enough to run the good stuff on it. Like, I have stuff that I fully expect would be very good, but I don't like this board. Board says, ah! And that's a hard power cycle needed. Okay. I have no idea which of the subs are the problem. I guess after the hard power cycle I'll try maybe 1333 subs or something instead. Because clearly something's a problem there. But I don't really know what. Or I could do 1600 subs again, but I could try, like, let's say 711 7 and maybe CWL 6 rather than 8. That's difficult but plausible. Right. No, bit ambitious. What am I doing? Profile 1. 1600. Yeah, sure. I don't like that it needs a short power cycle, like, to boot in some of these situations, but then it ends up needing a long power cycle, and I don't like it. Okay, we are back into BIOS. So we are doing 2400, 7, 11, 7, 24, 4, 16, CWL 6, which is ambitious. Hey, Kif. Not had the energy today to bench. Yeah, I know the feeling, especially with the weather being too warm. It's just not nice, you know. Spent most of today asking the question of how many naps can I take in a day. Yeah, I tried to have a nap earlier, and I ended up just like lying down for half an hour listening to a radio program on my phone, but not actually napping at any point. But I still felt better for it, so it was alright. That's not booting, is it? Oh. Yeah, no, that's a no. Okay. I'm gonna guess that might be TRCD, but I don't know. I'm not gonna add that to the count. Only counts if it's the board's fault. Matt says, I think naps are earned after a bench session. It's... British houses do not have air conditioning and stay really hot even at night, which makes it very difficult to lose heat. Don't get me wrong, there is still people who live through worse heat, but they're at least used to it. British people are also not built for that kind of heat. It's not good. Everything. To be honest, I do also know of examples of Americans moving to the UK and then finding that they can't deal with the heat either. So it's not just a British, it's just something about the houses and the weather and all of it. Like, when it's too hot, even though the numbers are not that high. Just nothing is built to deal with heat, you know? Okay, I'm going to try being really aggressive on both timings and voltage. Americans can't handle it because we all have AC. Well, yeah. Humidity as well. Yes, sometimes, a lot of the time. It kind of varies. It's not too bad at the minute. I mean, my room right now is 24.3 degrees and is a 50.8% humidity apparently. So, you know, could be worse humidity wise, although moving that made it shoot up. Hold on, what's going on there? Like, I move it and now it's like, I don't understand what it is about my camera that makes the humidity so high. That can't be right. That's weird. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, those memory settings still aren't booting. You know what? Rather than faffing around with the same memory, because I reckon I've got fairly close and it didn't give me that many points anyway, why don't I get some different memory, right? I mean, I have a lot of different RAM, it's just a matter of picking the right stuff. Yeah, that's double-sided. I've no idea what they'd be likely to do, though. I mean, my instinct is micron of some sort. Obviously, that's always my instinct. It's just a question of which. Hand near or covering the sensor, says Kif, about the humidity. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean... D9JN maybe? Yeah, let's try some D9JN. Especially since the D9JN is nearer, which is always helpful. I think I'm also going to try it in the inner slots. I don't know if that will actually help. It might though. This is DDR3. If it was DDR4, that would be madness. Oh yeah, I should show it to the camera. In fact, I'll show it to the camera like that. The channels are together, yes. So one of the channels is there, and the other channel is there and there. It's not T topology, it's this weird alternative daisy chain thing. My understanding of it is, I think, some value to do with the memory controller on this platform had to be set the same for both channels, so both channels have to look the same electrically to the CPU. That's sort of what I think's going on. And so you have this weird thing where, yeah, you put the memory sticks next to each other to get them in dual channel. Really weird. So these sticks are rated for 1800 CL8. I have no idea what I'll get out of them. I'm excited to find out. I mean, I don't think they're known for scaling to 2400 really. But yeah. Got to be worth a go. Also, it would be very funny if they scaled to 2400. I mean, yeah. We'll see. You know what, I'm going to try 2400 auto timings at maximum memory voltage. Probably that won't even work, but yeah, we'll see. And yeah, it is weird seeing that being a dual channel setup. Okay. Well, that's normal for this board. Quick power cycle. And that is the RAM not happy. Okay. Yeah. Well, it was worth a pop. I'll see if they do 2133 as well. Because if they do 2133, which is more likely, maybe I can tighten them up at that. And, you know, I want to kill a bit of time so that I've at least streamed for like an hour, maybe. But yeah, if they do 2133, hopefully they might do it fairly tight. Possibly. I mean, if there's one thing you can say for this setup, it at least sort of recovers well, although it always loses every single setting. So that's actually a bit shit, isn't it? Mm. Soft reset. Now this I'm kind of expecting to work. I say that as it's in the process of not working. I'll give it one soft reset and then... I don't think you lowered it to 20... Oh, did I not? That would explain why it wasn't working, wouldn't it? So I just tried exactly the same settings again. That would explain a lot. Ah yes, the definition of insanity. Right, come on. You saw 2400 for a split second. Yeah, I can believe that. So that's definitely 2133 this time. Right. I promise you that is at 2133. And that's not working. Okay. Outer slots, perchance. Maybe the outer slots are actually going to be better. I mean, that would make sense, right? They're normally better. Traditionally. Get in there. The other thing I could try is going faster on the PSC with base clock, but this really doesn't seem like the motherboard to try and be pushing really fast memory on a lot of levels. It's a pity. If it worked reliably and consistently the way it's probably supposed to, I think it would actually be quite nice. In a weird way. Maybe that's just Stockholm Syndrome. Oh. Okay. That's looking better. Outer slots, eh? Alright. Alright. Not bad. Not bad. Now, whether it actually loads Windows, who knows? Dave asks, is the board daisy chain A1B1, A2B2 or something? That is exactly what it is, yeah. I have no idea what the auto timing is going to be. Quite curious to find out. Nine 13. Oh right, I only did 21:33. That's why it's working. Okay. I'm going to try and restart now because there's no way that those settings are actually going to be worth it. But I could try and like really tighten them. Or I could try and do 2400. I'll try and push 2400 first. Alex asks, hey Mick, what RAM are you running? I'm running 18, I think it's 1866 for that CL8 D9JN at the minute. Which is not conventionally considered a good RAM choice, but you know. Yeah, let's just quickly try 2400 just to see if that works. I'll be surprised if it does, but you know. Oh, it seems to be working. Give it a moment. Why D9JN? Well, I felt like I couldn't easily get more out of the PSC, and I went to my nearest memory tray and it mostly had D9JN in it. That doesn't look stable. Yeah, I don't think that's really working, is it? I don't think that can count as working. What about BBSE? I actually sold literally all of my BBSE. I was like, okay, that's one less IC to deal with. That's going to need a hard power cycle. But hey, I mean, 2133 working, so I'm going to see if it can do 2133 with all of the like tighter subs from whatever the auto strap is. BBSE is an acquired taste, says Kif. Yeah, I have a really long to-do list, and I didn't want binning BBSE to be on it. Yeah. You could have funny RAM and a funny board, now all you have is a funny board. It's D9JN on FX. That's funny, nobody does that. I have some Samsung 1GB D-Die. I could try running that at BBSE settings. That might work. Yep, those are suitably, ridiculously tight timings that are never going to work. What about Nanya? I do have Nanya somewhere. I'm not sure where. I haven't really prepared that well for this stream. Yeah, it's only supposed to be a quick one anyway. Literally just like sorting my RAM out. So yeah, I think those timings are a bit tight for it. That's got to be the sub timings as well. Okay. Oh. Oh, it's looking better that time. It's going to get to Windows and be unhappy though, isn't it? Or it's going to stick on this. It seems to be sticking on this. So that is also a possibility. I guess I'll try loading up the, let's say, the 1600 strap, and I'll do 1600 subs. And that's one major complaint I have with this board, but it would be fine if the board behaved itself properly. The problem is it doesn't. But yeah, like, you go for manual memory timings and it sets all of them to manual at whatever they are currently. So if you've just adjusted the memory speed, fuck you, you're getting the timing straps from the lower speed. Right. 99924 for 16 CWR8. That's fine. Let's try 1T as well. I'm not confident in 1T actually. What I am quite confident in is TRP8. Let's try that. Okay, seems to be booting. That's a good start. I don't know how long I need to leave it. Like, this looks like it's not booting, but maybe it's a trick. Maybe it is booting. Doesn't look like it, does it? One more go. One more try, and then I don't know, different RAM. That's looking better. We have the spinny. It is a little frustrating that those like spinny loading things don't actually represent anything. Oh, hello. Alright. Well, I'm glad I tried again. I'll load up CPU Z just to check it's actually running the settings. Yep. I reckon if this passes, big if, but if this passes, touch wood, then maybe I'll actually be able to do flat 8 timings or 887 or something like that, perhaps. That'd be kind of fun. I don't know whether the score's going to be better. Any progression on hammer? No, afraid not. I mean, the donation bar's still there. But I'm not. This is not going to be a long stream, so I'm not optimistic that the board is going to get smashed, if I'm honest. Oh, come on. 1 point below the PB. Great. Literally, it's 1 in over 10,000. It's like, I mean, what is that? 0.005% below the PB. Well, let's try lower timings. You know, I don't know why I bothered hitting the restart button, because I know what's going to happen next. Also, I'm just going to adjust the fan under the desk. It's like blowing right in my face and my eyes are drying out. Oh, hey Infinity. I have a score at better memory settings now. That's the update. And I've done 4 more hard power cycles. And now I'm trying different RAM. You know, for funsies. Because I associate this board with fun. Oh, hey, Star Bomber. Of all the streams to jump in on. Yes, hello, I have an awful motherboard and I'm half-assing this. Good to see you. What am I doing? Okay, that will give me 1600. Oh, hang on. Kill the iGPU. Right, that will give me 1600 subs. Are the white slots dual channel? Yes. It's one of those weird old layouts. Like the channels are better matched or something. Okay, we have BIOS again. Thank you, capture card. So this time, let's try flat 8, and we'll do our 416 subs for RRDs again. And I think we're already at max voltage. So let's go. Why this specific hardware? So basically, oh fucking hell!
Just wanted to get it to $3/$30.
Thank you, Kif. I got this motherboard super cheap, like part of a job lot, but like not that cheap. I was planning to use it anyway, and then it turns out it has issues. But I thought, you know what? I can power through these issues. I will make it work. It's not necessarily going as well as it could, but that's why. As for the memory, literally because it was the nearest, like, I am not well organised. And sounds like a toxic relationship. Look, the thing is, I have a very, very good actual marriage that's going great, so I have to have a toxic relationship somewhere in my life, and this motherboard is it. Did I forget to set clock? I set the tighter timings and not clock. Oh, for fuck's sake. Ugh. Also, did I just hit the fucking sleep button? I think I actually just hit the fucking sleep button. Fucking hell. Fuck this. Alright. Reset button. At least the motherboard has a postcode. It does not have a postcode. I have a diagnostic card. But at least it has a PCI slot that I can use for that. What I see are the OCZs. They are Micron 1GB revision D, D9JN series. So if you don't have enough problems, you've got to make your own. Exactly. And Infinity has said, guess what? Twice. And I'm hesitant to guess. I think I know what it might be. It might be something to do with where his phone is, but I'm not sure. Yep, I forgot to set memory clock. Right. Go on, 2133, let's have it. Ah! So, this, for Kuroitan, this is the issue the motherboard has, right? Is that after it's been on for a little bit, when you reset it again, it just decides it doesn't like you, and it will just hang on that postcode there. Hence the donation goal. So that is another hard power cycle. I will add one to the count while the power drains. So that's the 5th from this stream, and then I did 44 in total last stream over the course of 4 hours. I wonder how they ever sold boards with issues like that, says GNHY. Honestly, I can only conclude it must be broken in some way. It can't possibly have been like that from the factory, because that's abysmal, right? Like, even for ASRock. Does it still 05 when you shut down and power on? Yes. If you do it quickly, yes. If you let the power drain like that, then it's fine. But if you let the power drain like that, then you also lose all of your BIOS settings, which isn't fine. It might be okay for daily, but only if you don't mind full fan speed, is the thing. Not reset. Because it does default to maximum fan speed, which is not ideal, really. Honestly, the way this motherboard behaves makes me wonder, like, did they get Gigabyte to do this one? Like, ASRock make you go, what the fuck? But normally it's Gigabyte who are actually trolling you this hard. Oh yeah, and we're running in 1 core per compute unit, which this motherboard can do. Unlike Asus, fuck you Asus. But we're doing that for a competition. So I'll do 1600 subs, and then we'll reset it. Okay, see that one. I can reset through. Quick soft reset, and that works. I'm not liking the look of that 0D. I'm not liking the look. Oh, fucking hell! Who?
Got
What?
it in 100.
Alright then. Should I just do that right now? Because I've got my score. Is there... I'm seeing yes, lull, and destroy it. So... And nobody said no. Yeah, okay, sweet. Power's not drained yet, so I won't start ripping out memory. And the power's drained, good. Double audio? I don't think you should be getting double audio. That might be on, if you've just sent a tip, that might be on your end. Because what ends up happening is I think the tip page redirects you to the stream. So if you're getting the audio twice, check that. Can you sing Hammer Time? Yeah, that's more of an issue of my ability to sing Hammer Time than anything else. That's not really a relevant thing. I'm just going to make it tiny. You know what I didn't think about? I zip tied the water block on, and I don't think I have flush cutters to hand. I have a knife. That should work. Hang on. You know what else I don't have to hand? Is tissues. Do I? Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Okay. You know what? Hang on. Strunken Cap says, who was the generous donator? I'm pretty sure it was Infinity. Oh, right, yeah, Zero. Right, yeah, of course it was Infinity Zero. I'm still going to need to cut those bits of zip tie off, aren't I? Hang on. I'm just chucking stuff on the floor. Let's get the CPU out and get thermal paste on my fingers in the process. Great. It's ideal. You want to have that? It improves thermal transfer to the hammer. I'll take the back plate off, because the back plate I didn't get with this board in the first place. So the one I got with this board in the first place, would you believe it, was broken. Right. In before desk breaks. Should be alright. I've got a great big thing of wood here. That camera angle's not ideal. Can I zoom out anymore? No. There we go. Right. Well, let's see if I can save the heat sinks first. Ah! Yeah, just as Strunken Cap says, going to remove heat sinks. Yes, if I can. Big if. Ow. Not gone well so far. These are not looking like cooperative push pins. They are tiny. That's one. That's two. Can you try to break the motherboard in half with your hands? I'd need gloves if I'm doing that. Better remove the CMOS battery as well. The CMOS battery is basically new. Southbridge heatsink is being an absolute pain. I am very close to giving up. You know what? I'm actually going to give up on the Southbridge heatsink. But what I am going to do briefly, it is hammer time. I am going to update the title, and then I'm going to run and get safety glasses and also gloves for the snapping with bare hands. Is fiberglass dust a problem? Probably not in these quantities. Should be alright, because I'm not going to make a ton of it. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to go get those things, and I'm going to be cheeky and run a 30-second advert while I do. See you shortly. I think I should be back. Sorry, yeah, there's no audio on the BRB screen. That's on me. Right. Well, I should say a few words, shouldn't I? This is a motherboard that was always going to end up in the scrap pile. There are some interesting things about it. It's an 880 chipset, and yet it supports FX. That is unusual. But this sample is a broken, buggy piece of shit, and I don't have the patience to deal with that. And it is now time for... Oh shit, the CMOS! Good point, good point. It's not the kind of battery that would go up, but yeah, I need to save that. Thank you. Yeah. As I was saying, it is now time for that board to go on a one-way trip to whatever the ASRock equivalent of Valhalla is. Godspeed. You're a complete piece of shit to work with. Is that showing up on camera how bent that is? Maybe I shouldn't be doing that towards myself. It is really not snapping. Oh. Bet it still boots. Part of me is curious, but I don't want to risk a CPU. That is astonishing. The amount of bending that has taken. How many layers is it? I'd assume it's 4 layers. Right, well, you know what? You're here for a hammer. I'm not sure what this is going to do to the audio levels, so here's your headphone warning. I heard something fly off, I don't know what. Hang on, I need to adjust the camera. Well, you know what, normally I would be worried about peaking the mic, but like, you know what? This is supposed to be loud, this kind of thing. I mean, I'm not convinced that's even damaged the tracers. Okay, come on. Let's actually physically smash something. How did that... I hit it on the socket and a dim slot clip flew off, even. It's still in one piece. I don't think that's still booting now. Yeah, for those of you who ever wondered what it looks like inside a PGA socket, there is your answer. You have lots of these like tiny pairs of contacts that the pins go into. Whack the VRM. Oh, there's an idea. I bet the chokes would go up lovely. And that is what it looks like inside a choke. So we have this ferrous exterior, right, solid ferrite, and then we've got a nice neat coil inside there. Look at that. I don't know which bits of the I/O are going to smash well, but we'll find out. Nope. Oh, that just fully just bent. Look at that. That audio section's having a bad time. Oh, there it goes. You get to see inside the audio section. Although there's not really that much to see. Still just solid plastic under there. PCB breakdown. Yep. I'm breaking down a PCB here. Maybe pry apart the DIMM and PCIe slots, or I/O, I guess. Pry apart, like as in... Can I get the right angle on this? It's just bending it over. We haven't seen what a direct hit to the DIMM slot area does yet. Can you delid the north bridge? It doesn't have a lid on it. Ooh, I wonder if I can just get the socket completely off. Ah, look at that, and all the contacts under there. That's fascinating, actually. Hang on. It's sort of like we have these solid pins sticking up into the socket. Interesting. Can you try to reclaim the gold from the motherboard? The thing is, it's all gold plated. It wouldn't actually really be worth that much. So it's going to e-scrap after this, so it will be responsibly disposed of. This is the irresponsible disposal bit, and that there will follow a responsible disposal bit. I can see that aren't those terminals. I mean, oh yeah. So those are all of the individual pins, like they're kind of like sticking up from the board, but then they fan out. to make the contacts. Neat. I'm starting to feel like just... I've made a few marks in the wood here, but fortunately I don't care about that. I'm starting to feel like brute force on the dim slots is not going to do anything. I've loosened another clip. I've still not hit the clips directly. They're just coming off anyway. Right, yeah. De-Northbridge the North Bridge was a suggestion. Let's do that. That's not so much of a North Bridge anymore. I think that dust used to... actually, I think that's choke dust, isn't it? Oh, right, we still have chokes on the board. We've got to correct that. I'm glad I'm giving some people catharsis. This is certainly cathartic to me after the 4-hour stream last time. I was just bashing my head against a wall. Oh! And that made the North Bridge pop off. It has officially been de-Northbridged. Well, we're doing all right here at getting a look under the chokes. Exposing the ferrite, sorry, the coils that are under the ferrite. Pretty solid deal. Yeah, the only problem is it's not a cool day. I'm sweating a bit, and these safety glasses are fogging up. Where did I leave the? There it is. Tissues. Any ripped off pads on the North Bridge? I expect so. Yeah, like honestly most of them are ripped off. It's a bit fucked. How often do you do this? This is the first time. I may make a habit of it. We'll see. Normally it's just overclocking, and which some people might argue is dangerous for the hardware, but I'm not trying to kill the hardware. But this board was like half dead already, no use to anyone, and people were willing to pay me to smash it. That's a big part of it. P5E3 next time. Can you see if the PCB actually conforms to the 94V-0 standard? That's the flammability standard. Well, you know what? I'm not going to set it on fire. There's probably rules against that on Twitch. But you know what I can do? Interesting how that makes snow. Sort of melted already. Right, what's Dave saying? Dragging the claw of the hammer across. Let's try that. I got one. Did I get the legs? I don't think I really got the legs. Right, we'll see if I can smash that choke off. That choke is relatively resilient. I kind of want to see what it's made of. been uncoiling the wire from the choke by pulling at it there. There it goes. So I guess the coil was flat and pulling at it has just uncoiled it. You're steadily turning into ground. Yeah. Ground's doing alright for himself, I don't mind that. Right, I haven't done enough to this I/O section yet. Fuck your integrated graphics. Yeah, the only reason I'm not going to like try and set, well, fumes as well actually, but also probably there might be a TOS issue. Who donated to reach the goal? Kif and Infinity. Oh. If you're thinking this looks really curved on camera, it is. I'm cringing and like instinctively looking away even though I know I've got safety glasses on. Jesus. Samsung with their folding phones acting like they're innovators. When ASRock invented the folding motherboard back in the AMD FX days. Does this qualify you as a dentist? You know, I actually considered going into dentistry when I was younger. Didn't end up doing so, obviously. Oh, it's very, very bent now. Some of that has gone on the floor. Thank God you didn't do dentistry. I'll be honest, I will admit that this is not... In this moment, I am not selling myself as a potentially good dentist. Alright, come on, this board still has PCI slots on it. Missed it completely there. You know those small form factor boards? Where like they have a sideways slot at the bottom? Do you reckon this is how they do it? Not small form factor necessarily, but like server boards. Oh! There goes PCI Express slot. I mean, this is also kind of interesting, right? Because it's like the slot itself is just plastic. And then you have all of these pins, these really fine pins that are sticking up through the board, all of those. That flew. Those flew as well. I have capacitors all over my floor. Yeah, I'm going to have to wear slippers indoors, aren't I? which to be fair I'm currently doing anyway. Save this VOD and send it to ASRock. Yeah, subject line, please sponsor me. Scattering around little memories to rediscover. Yeah. Let's see if I can remove this Southbridge heatsink. I was having trouble with the pins. Actually, that's a point. There we are. That's the Southbridge heatsink off. That's probably actually reusable. Just wondering if I can make the Southbridge pop off. I think I'm mostly just pulverising MLCCs behind it. Oh, that did it. That did it. I've not actually hit the die, but I think it's fair to say. Is that even going to focus? It's fair to say the pads are fucked anyway. This is going well. I'm enjoying this. It's great how just one pop with the hammer, there goes the capacitor. No, not that one. Come on. Scattered all over my fucking floor. Was gone for a few minutes, now we have diagonal PCB. Yeah, I mean it's definitely getting there. I'm actually astonished how durable the PCB is. I don't know what I expected, but it's like it's really taking a lot of bending. Infinity says, I'm watching this while standing on the side of a street in the centre of Warsaw and two chicks near me are doing drugs. That's fun. What a nice city it sounds like. I mean, really though, which is the more socially responsible behaviour? What do we reckon? Untested might be an easy fix for someone who knows what they're doing. They're doing fun drugs. Oh, cool. Good for them. That propelled a capacitor into me. I propelled a lot of capacitors into me this stream. Whack it from the side against the table. What, like that? I mean... Yeah, it certainly split the layers apart a little bit. Hammer with it half on the table, half off. That'll just flip the board into the air. Can you try and stab it with a screwdriver? I mean, I don't know what it would really do. But like, yeah, like that's not really done anything. There's like a slight dent where it impacted. Because that's the thing, is it's like sheets of copper. Bend it around the edge of the table. The thing about that is I know that I've been spreading shit all over the floor, but like, that would just spray fiberglass everywhere. So I'd rather not. Oh, I see a crack forming. That's definitely a crack along there. Hey! How many layers? I would actually have to sand it to find that out. You know what? Oh boy. Yeah, that's one way of saying, like, this is definitely for scrap. I'm certain this is not fixable. Oh. Some of those traces didn't want to go. Zero DIMMs per channel motherboard. That's definitely true. It's a lot easier to break up now. Well, those DIMM slots are still quite tough. Hang on. Made a new form factor, yeah. Yeah, this is a daughter board. I'm just converting it from long DIMM to short DIMM. Oh, we have a crack by the I/O section. Sell each part on eBay and sign them. If people genuinely, well, actually I'm not sure if I would want to sell parts because there might be a health hazard. I guess if somebody like really wants a part, I could see if I can do something, but it's probably, I'd have to like coat the edges in conformal coating so that you didn't hurt yourself on it, is the thing. Ah, look at that, the traces are peeling up. One's from the top layer anyway. Oh, I managed to delaminate it a little bit there. I think it's time for the big finish. One last headphone warning. Because this is going to come out pretty loud, I suspect. Thank you, and good night.